Got a video I need you to watch. You're not going to like it, okay? But it's important to watch it. So we're going to watch it. It's pretty quick. Right? I don't even know how long it is. It's not that long. It's like a minute something, maybe, tops. We're going to dissect it. We're analyzing an argument. I'll just go ahead and tell you what it's about. President Sock Puppet threatened the American people with airstrikes again. He likes to do this, okay? It's just his thing, and then he started saying a lot of nonsense. So, yeah, roll the freaking tape.
You aren't wearing Kevlar vests out there. What the hell you need a assault? No, I'm serious. And ban the number of bullets that go in a magazine. There's no need for any of that. I love my right-wing friends who talk about the tree of liberty is water with the blood of patriots. If you need to work about taking on the federal government, you need some F-15s. You don't need an AR-15. I'm serious. Think about it. Think about the rationale for this.
It makes macho the people who possess it. Oh, look at me, I'm a big deal.
It's a rifle.
And it's not a rifle.
Yes, it's
Greg.
a rifle.
It is a machine.
What does AR stand for?
It is an automatic rifle.
No, that's not what it is.
Well, all I know is that AR-15s have no place in American society other than sport clubs, and I agree with him on that. I also think, ironically, that we do need more IRS agents if they say we need.
Yeah, I know. I warned you. I did. I'm sorry. I mourn the loss of your brain cells as well. I had to edit this damn video. How do you think I feel? Anyway, so we're going to go step by step because between Sock Puppet and Stupid Mother, there's a lot to go over here because everything you just heard was either ridiculous, naive, incredibly stupid, and or straight up wrong. So let's break this down for a minute because this is getting old. Yeah. Especially the threatening Americans with F-15s. Yeah, getting tired of it. And the whole 2A thing, we're getting tired of that too. Okay. Yeah.
You aren't wearing Kevlar vests out there. What the hell you need a assault? No, I'm serious.
Okay. Deer are not wearing Kevlar vests. They're animals. First of all, they don't have Kevlar vests because, they're freaking animals. As ridiculous as that is, like, I'm not going to go any further on that argument. It's just ridiculous, right? It's like 5th grade humor. It's even dumber when you stop and think about it a little further. Kevlar vests, to quote him, because I'm assuming that he's referring to soft body armor, that type of armor is only rated to stop pistol caliber rounds. So unless you're hunting deer with a 9mm sidearm, it really wouldn't do any good for the deer to be wearing Kevlar vests, whatever that is. Have you ever heard of any actual hunters going out into the wilderness with a Glock 19 to go deer hunting? I haven't either, because that would be an idiotic thing to do. As you know, most hunters will not hunt deer with even a .223 or a 5.56mm rifle. That's the round the AR-15 are most commonly chambered in, because it's generally considered to not be enough. Could a 5.56mm round kill a deer? Yup, but it leaves little room for error. Your optics have to be very dialed in, and you need to be one hell of a shot. Most hunters will use larger calibers, 270, 308, 30-06, because happens out in the wild, and wounding a deer only to lose it and having it suffer is not the correct way to hunt. So the entire beginning of his argument, of his stupid little joke, is already invalid, because none of what he just said is even anywhere close to reality. We are off to a great start, as you can see. The AR-15 wasn't designed to hunt deer. It is a defense weapon. It is designed to slump people, and it does so quickly and efficiently. In one single sentence, he's already shown his complete ignorance, made a very stupid joke that amounts to like preteen humor, and has gotten nothing right so far. Maybe he'll improve. I'm kidding.
And ban the number of bullets that go in a magazine.
Ban the number of bullets that go in a magazine. What? Okay, I'm going to try and translate his retardese into something resembling coherent. Let's assume he meant limit the number of rounds in a magazine. Why though? If I'm using the AR-15 for its intended purpose, which is defense, I want as many rounds as I can get. 30 rounds per mag. Starting point. We'll revisit this argument later because there's a much larger point I'd like to make concerning this statement, and it directly relates to his next statement. There's no need for any of that. Wrong. Wrong. Ask anyone that's ever had to use an AR-15 for self-defense. Like I said, we're gonna circle back to that.
I love my right-wing friends who talk about the tree of liberty is water with the blood of patriots.
Okay, I absolutely have to translate this because, you know, he butchered the entire quote. The translation would be, the tree of liberty must be refreshed from time to time with the blood of patriots and tyrants. Written by Thomas Jefferson to one William Stephen Smith, circa 1787. It's in a letter. He forgot the last part, and that's the part that he really should not forget, because it directly concerns him and tyrants. And tyrants, sock puppet. Remember that, baby. It's important. Trust me.
If you need to work about taking on the federal government, you need some F-15s. You don't need an AR-15. I'm serious. Think about it. Think about the rationale for this.
If you need to work about taking on the federal government, F-15s, etc., etc. I'm not even going to bother translating that because I think we all know what the demented little stain meant. This isn't the first time that Sock Puppet has threatened Americans with airstrikes. He likes to say this. The first question I have among many is, why the F-15? Well, he always says F-15, okay? It's like he's stuck on F-15s, and I do not understand why, because, first of all, the F-15 has several models. And it does make a difference because the standard F-15 is the C model. That model is only equipped to carry air-to-air munitions, as it is a single-seat air superiority fighter. So the only thing that it carries, which might be a threat to ground forces, is its M61A1 20mm main gun. And that's really only used for strafing. You just point the jet at the ground, pull the trigger. The funny thing about strafing in a fighter jet, especially one as overpowered as the F-15C, you have to do low passes at relatively low velocity for aiming, accuracy, and to make sure you don't turn your F-15 into a billion-dollar lawn dart. So, guess what? The flight profile of performing strafing gun runs would absolutely put the Eagle inside the performance envelope of the AR-15. What do you know? So no, dumbass, we don't need F-15s to fight your F-15s if you're sending F-15Cs after us. I'm not sure why he always fixates on the F-15. Seems to me that you'd be better off, like, using an H-64 Apache, A-10, something like that, to strike ground targets, because that's what they're built to do. Unless you expect your civilians to start flying Cessnas into dogfights against F-15s, which I can assure you, we're not going to do that, Mr. Puppet. That's idiotic. But as we all can see, idiotic is your area of expertise, isn't it? This is yet another statement that fully demonstrates his complete lack of knowledge on any of this subject matter. Any of it. He doesn't know anything about any of this, because everything he said is either stupid or just completely wrong. Are we seeing a pattern here? One more thing. I'd also like to showcase his stupidity by coming at this from another direction. Does he really think we need F-15s to fight the government? If so, then I guess January 6th really was nothing, wasn't it? Those people didn't have F-15s. They didn't even have AR-15s. Yet, it was the darkest day and almost insurrected my government, my democracy, blah, blah, blah. Do we need F-15s or not? You set the bar kind of high there, so I'm just asking. I do seem to remember a little story about a certain ragtag group of patriots. I think it's like back in the late 1700s or something. They fought a much better equipped, organized standing army, and they won. Yeah, they won. The side with the professional army was also making statements just like this one, right up to the point where their officers started losing their heads via subsonic musket balls fired from concealed positions in coordinated ambushes. Or here's another story. This one kind of hits close to home, but it's still history. A much better equipped Army, Air Force, Marine Corps, and Navy were sent to this tiny little Asian country a couple years ago. Yeah, the big country brought all their toys and initially did okay until the enemy began using those same tactics against them, the same tactics, the hit and run, guerrilla warfare type stuff. Yeah, guess what happened? Does anyone remember? I'll give you a hint. Google Fall of Saigon. So you see, Mr. Stick, pride goeth before the fall, don't it?
Think about the rationale for this.
Think about the rationale for this. We have. I assure you, Mr. Puppet, we have. We've been thinking about it for decades. Yeah, we think about it every time we hear you open your filthy little holster to spout some bullshit about which you clearly know nothing. We think about it every time we read another news story about you and your uniparty friends selling our country out from underneath of us. We think about it every time you threaten us with your F-15s. We think about it quite a lot, Mr. Puppet. I would ask you to think about what you are saying, but we all know by now that you don't know what you're saying, and they aren't even your words. Enjoy your dementia, scumbag. Shut up, sit down, have an ice cream, and try not to shit your pants in public again. Thanks.
It makes macho the people who possess it. Oh, look at me, I'm a big deal.
It's a rifle.
And it's not a rifle.
Yes.
Okay. I'm a big deal and I'm macho. Really? Is that how you see people that carry AR-15s? You might have some issues there, bud. Sounds like you're crushing a little bit, but national TV is not really the place where you want to be airing your fantasies. I'm just saying. Not sure what a self-defense tool has to do with being macho, as they were designed to be used by virtually any adult. AR-15s don't belong to men. Women use them all the time, very, very often, and very efficiently. But I don't want to come between you and your fantasies, so different strokes, different folks, whatever, I guess. I don't know, it's kind of gross, but whatever. You want to think of beefy hunks carrying around AR-15s, that's your business, man. I'd try and not bring that kind of stuff on national television, but that's just me, whatever. Not a rifle. I can't really comment on this one a whole lot, because it's just not much to say, really. You're just wrong. The opposite of right. Wrong. It's a rifle. Then again, you live in wrong, don't you there, Geraldo? Probably used to it, ain't you?
What does AR stand for?
It is automatic rifle.
No, that's not what it is.
Well, all I know is that AR-15s have no place in American society other than sport clubs. Okay.
Okay. Automatic rifle. You know what? It sure does stand for that. Absolutely. Secret's out of the bag. Oh no, don't tell him. He wants to ban automatic rifles, y'all. Go ahead, scumbag, because an AR-15 isn't any of those things. So ban away. Still won't get you your AR-15 ban. You banned the wrong thing. You're so stupid, you don't even know what you're asking for. Now that is stupidity, folks. How about a new rule? I propose this. If you don't know the name of something, you can't ban it. I hope nobody tells them what AR actually stands for, seriously, because I'm not. I think we should treat these idiots like mushrooms. Feed them shit and keep them in the dark.
Other than sport clubs. And I agree with him on that.
Who goes to a sporting club to shoot their AR-15? Hell is this, a freaking 90s? We gonna stop by Blockbuster on the way home, Dad? What the frick? Excuse me, sir, do you have any Grey Poupon? I forgot it when I was preparing my sporting gear. Do you mean gun range, you little dweeb? I think you really do need to just shut up, okay? The noises coming out of your mouth are more shrill than listening to a Super Bowl halftime concert. That's pretty bad.
Ironically, that we do need more IRS agents if they say we need.
Of course he does. Of course. We need more IRS. Ban automatic rifle 15s, because that's absolutely what they are. But govern me harder, daddy. More IRS. All they want to do is ban, 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 huh? Ban, ban, ban. Except for their security details, huh? Yeah, as I said before, AR-15s are not for hunting. They are for defense. Bad guys have guns. Good guys need guns. Government has guns, which at this point is the same thing as the bad guys. So again, good guys need guns. Limiting the number of rounds in a magazine? Why don't you go walk around downtown Chicago at night for about a week? And if you survive the experience, we'll see if you still feel that way. You will never hear anyone that has ever been in a combat or life and death defense situation complain about having too much ammo, unless they're getting shot with ammo, and I guess then they have too much. But all the footage of war that we've seen and all the police shootings, you can watch all of them. You will never hear anybody say, wow, I have too many bullets in my gun. Why do you think that is? Why do you think you never hear that? You know what? I'm not even going to answer that question. I want to give them something to think about. We'll just stick with the mushroom policy. Yeah, I guess in closing, from my cold dead hands. Yeah. Good day.